Hello everyone, and welcome back to VTuber Plays Pokémon Legends Z-A, or whatever. We'll get to this quest in the edge of the map. Is it recommended to do side quests, or to go to the main quest? It's a museum. I'd have my shiny Pokemon out. I'm gonna show him the... Oh, you're welcome to the Luminous Museum. Is this a good quest? We're currently hosting a special exposition on the second floor. Farmers, Pokemon. And Pokemon? What Pokemon is that? I think it's a Charmander. Not like a Charmander. It lives on forever in art. A depiction of a fruit Pokemon. Trezarena. And a Scarecrow Pokemon Cacturn. Some has chosen to explore the figures of Pokemon so different than humans in order to better understand their anatomy and to explore the nature of their hearts and minds new. He hasn't seen his in-game yet, but they think he has a Poké Passport. Imagine showing Pokemon that you can't even get in the game. Pokemon sharing a moment together, centered around Gothelight. Many artists have displayed curiosity about how Pokemon would relate to each other in the absence of humans. I think any of these are in the game either. Click on this one? I didn't. Captures the lives of Pokemon and farmers who live together in the land. It was painted over 25 years ago and regarded as an example of naturalism. It's a dark and narrow cave. The source of its eerie light is a plant called Luminous Moss. This work is part of a series depicting sceneries that inspired overseas artists while they were traveling California. Diancie! A painting of a mythical Pokemon Diancie. The artist boldly eschews painting a background, keeping the focus solely on Diancie. Thus we can feel the artist's desire to empathize near the subject transcends errors and trends. Who's this? He's not a Pokemon. This piece was long believed to have been a portrait of the king from 1,000 years ago, or 3,000 years ago, painted by an artist who lives after his time. However, recent research has lent support to the theory that this painting in fact depicts the descendant of the king's younger brother. From this we can surmise the royal line maintained a degree of power throughout the ages. Okay. Only the chosen may climb the Tower of Westry. It also requires skilled roller skates. To reach the top floor, one must have complete mastery of their own body to become a Mega Revolution user. That's one big Lucario. Maybe it's an alpha. Lucario was the first Pokemon ever to be Mega Evolved in the Kalos region, right? Thank you for the hydrate. It is said one only gains the power of the Mega Ring after defeating a successor to Mega Evolution. in Pokemon battle, at the top of the power of mastery. I hated that question X. I hated being forced to use Lucario. I like Lucario, but I already used it in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. In Shining Stone, that admitted a great dwarf was discovered. The Tower of Mastery was built to house and protect the stone. To this day, the successor to Mega Revelation carries on the lessons of the mysterious stone. This is a replica of Mega Lucario. The original was created to commemorate the fact that Lucario was the first to Mega Evolve in the Kalos region. The giant Mega Lucario statue that stands within the Tower of Mastery. In order to directly view his face, one must needs climb to the second floor. The Bigfoot portals of the statue is a room only successors or related personnel can enter. Lol. Just a little chibi. The Tower of Mastery stands on the top and the north of the shallow city. Two strange stones were once discovered in this area, which are now thought to have been the first known Megastone and the Mega Keystone. Hisui, the Grand Expedition. The land was known as Hisui, and feel how humans and Pokemon came in to live in harmony. With the help of various museums and collectors, we bring you all the relics and the same replicas. And some replicas say that we can form this fascinating place in time here. We hope you'll come away from this exhibition exhibit with a sense of daily life and customs of Hisui. Dyslexia Catgirl times. Galaxy Expedition Team Flag. One story claims that this flag was meant to show the Galaxy team was made up of people from different regions, and so it is designed to incorporate various elements, including Galarian letters. However, the truth of this tale remains unknown. The flag itself seems to have been made up using a flash from Pokémon. Venerated portraits. Portraits said to have been displayed by the Pearl Cult and the Diamond Cult. The individuals depicted within them are said to have represented the sun, sea, and the land. But nothing concrete is known about their identities. Hairstyles of the time. Displayed are hairstyles said to have been available at the hairdresser in Jubilife. Early settlement. Home to the Galaxy Exploration Team. It is also said that changing one's hair color was possible. This establishment. And I see the hairstyle I had. The Commander's armor. A suit of armor worn in battle by Komado, the first commander of the Galaxy Exploration Team. It is said to have come from the Galar region and bears a strong resemblance to the armor worn by Vixstim, the elite former member of Kalos. When contacted for comment, Wickstem said it was possible that his armor once several suits his ancestors gave to Galarians. However, it is difficult to verify such claims, given the relationship between Kalas and the Galar during that era. Kimono. A reincarnation of a kimono worn by Komodo, first Commander Yarinatus. The kimono uses many different types of thread and is ornately decorated, showing that much effort was put into its creation. Thus it is assumed the kimono was quite costly, but it is unknown whether Komodo acquired it himself or was given it to him by a gift near. The pattern provides evidence gold dust could be found the time the cloth was embroidered. They must have reconstructed this based on the complementary records. Sketches drawn by Professor Levington. His original Pokédex was long assumed to be lost until partial fascism was found in the shadow of private house for no reason. This discovery has helped advance the studies of Professor Levington and the Pokédex he created. His work has been re-evaluated in recent years, with particular appreciation for his accurate sketches of Pokemon and his gift for capturing Pokemon's quirks within his skillful descriptions. It is said his Pokédex was not in fact completed by himself, but by a little 15-year-old who appeared out of nowhere one day new. Pokeballs. People of the time crafted their own Pokeballs using apricorns and the minimal tombstone. Tumblestone? Many varieties are said to have been created, each displaying different properties depending on what materials were used. Crafting one's own Pokeballs in the modern age would be a true labor of love given the difficulty. I wonder if we transfer a Pokemon from Legends Arceus, would they have these Pokeballs show up in game? House interior. Here's the interior of a standard house in the early stages of Jubilife. Though sparsely furnished, it contains everything needed for fieldwork and daily life, including hardy clothing, centrals and boots new. Some houses also contained items the residents brought of them from their own home regions. Shop interiors. Above is shown the interior of the hairdressers. Right below is the interior of the clothier. While life in Hishui is often regarded as one of secrecy, obscurity, residents were able to live in relative comfort by befriending Pokemon, as well as using gathered materials to craft items new. The hairdresser also seemed to have host salons, with some residents gathering to play games known as Pokemon Go, Gotta Catch 'em All. The training grounds, a space where the Galaxy Expedition team members hone their skills for battling using Pokemon. It's worth noting that the wild Pokemon were still regarded as terrifying creatures at the time. There's records of men named Ingo providing guidance in the way of Pokemon battles. But it is said that he simply vanished one day after, stating, "It is time for me to return, my love." A model reproduction of the general store. It is believed to have played a central role in providing supplies to all the settlers. They are records of other enterprises as well. This is a clothier and a photography studio. Life around Jubilife. Within the settlement of Jubilife, fields were established to grow crops. Beyond its walls was the beach where settlers first came ashore. A small Pokémon was surveyed, and the area developed, so too did the population grow. It is said that the Pokémon they friended also helped with various tasks such as farming. Survey Corps uniform. The uniform remains undamaged, even when it's rare rolled over rough terrain. It does attacks for wild Pokémon to withstand both heat and cold. It is said to have even withstood Pokémon moves, remarkably the right kerchief was a kerchief was believed to never slip off, no matter how often the wearer moved. Survey Corps Satchel. A satchel that was supplied to members of the Survey Corps. Should Survey Corps members be knocked out while conducting a survey, the Survey Corps would rescue them and retrieve their satchels. Tales remain of Galaxy Exploration team members who boasted that he could increase the capacity of the satchels so they could hold more items. Mappy number 1. This mappy depicts the area around the settlement of Jubilife. Many children can be seen, perhaps indicating that the fear of a Pokémon has lessened and life has stabilized by this time. Number 2. This mappy depicts Connaught Islands as well as the Crimson Riverlands and Lake Valor. They're very different from the modern Sinnoh. The geography itself is accurately shown. It's believed that the surveyor viewed the area from above while riding on a flying Pokémon. More Pokeballs. Replicas of the various Pokeballs in use today. The factory makes Pokeballs and ships them all over the Kars region. This painting is part of a series of technology in Kalas, and ever-increasing numbers of Pokeballs express the art desires to be connected to all Pokemon. It's a three-dimensional map of Luminar City created using holotech. A whole Luminar City made out of holotech. This is the coolest thing ever. Prism Tower is really quite ginormous. Power pen. He uses fire to generate electricity. The painting is part of a yes. And the fierce combustion fully commemorates passionate fire. This plant uses gas from composing waste to generate electricity, and expresses the sorrow of wanting to leave some legacy behind even though we pass on and disappear. Depressing. This plant gathers sunlight and space in order to generate electricity. Dissipating, yes. The sense of self-efficiency in the region of being isolated but still striving to help others. It's a whole series of painting of power plants in Kalos. Someone loved them, no? In a wild loved their power plants, but okay. You wonder some people saw Kanon particularly power border each one. Sheesh. I didn't even realize there were this many different kinds of Pokeballs. The city looks like a hideaway for fairies. A huge tree stands in the center, and the Pokemon gym is nestled in the tree. This work is part of a series depicting scenarios that inspired the overseas artist while they were traveling in Kalos, Perfume Palace. A statue that celebrates cooperation between Pokemon and people stands in the courtyard. This work is part of the series. You know. Around the time that Perfume Palace was built, aristocrats who served the king created unique castles in their territories. This work is highly praised as a piece that captures the period in time. This painting depicts a knight errant who continued his travels with his Pokemon Gillick. Gillick? Golurk. The painting expresses the knight's identity and his suffering and love. It is regarded as an example of romanticism. It's a Mew. They say a man of power at the time forced the artist to add a mystical Pokemon Mew to spread the word of how great he was. So he didn't have the Mew. He's just trying to gaslight people. I see. This piece is a key work in the rise of the realist movement. It depicts with a keen accuracy the scenario in an area near Kamine City in Kalos. This is not good. Definitely not good. Hey you look like a former trainer. Think you could help us do a little favor? See, we're really big Spewpa fans. With our collection of Spewpa, until he got lost here in the museum, which is where you can lend a hand. Please find our missing Spewpa. There are 12 of them in all. Please find them. Our shared love of Spewpa is what allowed the two of us to find one another. But you should know, Spewpa spew out the black powder when they are threatened. So please do not buy or bother them. We're in a museum near the wild zone. They will ruin the art. If you just find them and approach them normally, they will surely come back to us. Wobbly wobbly. Now if the dude was named Cosmic, we could have Cosmo and Wonder. But his name is Bundo. Bundo and Wonder. can hear one. I'm guessing they're upstairs, and there's one right here. He found the lost Spewpa, sitting on a handrail, as if it's trying to guide folks up. As if it's trying to guide folks to the upper floor. Spew! There are 11 more Spewpa. You must needs find a Spewpa. You found the lost Spewpa, looking quite comfy, in the comfy space between the ciphers. Spew! There are 10 more Spewpa. You found the lost Spewpa that's just chilling. Spew, spew. It's a Spewpa ball. You found the lost Spewpa that seems to think it's a Pokeball. Pew. We found a lost Spewpa. It looks like it's been newly crafted on the crafting bench here. Pew pew. You found the lost Spewpa, but I seem to think it was a part of the lost birthday Pokémon. Sure. Even I don't think Spewpa was in that game. Spewpa. You found a lost Spewpa that looks as though it's wanting the old general store. Spew, spew. Please buy from me, spew, spew. I'm selling my Spewpa. We found a lost Spewpa that is doing a fine job in modeling for hacks. For hack. Spew, spew. You found a lost Spewpa, looking quite dapper, with the armor of the Galaxy Team's commander. Spew. I am the Commander Spewpa, spew, spew. You found a lost Spewpa, pouring over the ancient sin of bliss. Spewpa. I was told that the person who wore this outfit donated it to the collection Paul's really. Probably, guys. Why I let those sketches by Professor LaFountains with a nostalgic hair too. So will I tire. This outfit is said to have been worn by ancient Sinnoh people during their rituals. This group worship the Pokemon Arceus as an almighty deity for the Lord. They showed their respect by mimicking Arceus' appearance, even reflected in the way and they stand there. Almighty Sinnoh, a statue depicting the space straw Pokemon Pearl, worshipped by the court known as the Pearl Clan. They refer to it as the Lord Almighty Sinnoh and the creator of the entire world. And ancient Sinnoh hieroglyphs. These hieroglyphs were used in ancient Sinnoh and are said to depict both common Pokemon and those natural object of worship. And they could combine to create a whole sentence here. Do you guys know the ones that I don't know? Please let me know in the comments. Almighty Sinnoh, a statue depicting the temporal Pokemon Diamond, worshipped by a court called the Diamond Clan in Birmingham. We found a lost Spewpa, tucked away in a cozy hidden corner of the museum. Spew, don't hurt me, Spew. There's one Spewpa left. This last Spewpa is really hard to find. See this one? No. I find you. You silly little Spewpa. You found a lost Spewpa, pretending it's a great big monster attacking Luminous City. Spewpa! Thank you for finding all the Spewpa for us. They're so precious to us. I better do one. Last head count before we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a cat mouse for some reason. 13. But where did the 13 come from? I do not know. But we can only take 12 of them. Between the two of us. I suppose the best solution would be to have this kid take one from us. We can't then leave it here. It might damage the art and end up in a villa trouble. We simply can't thank you enough for helping us. Find those precious Spewpa. Mothra? Where did all this fog come from? It's like Silent Hill. I feel like I've spoke to you before. Yeah, I have. It's a different hotel. What are you wearing? I've had some people say hello to Lady Jemet's Legianti was to have autograph able to herself. I can't see. let the people say. SBC. Citizen Rich Kid Club. We're here to make Domino's better. Are we? Lady Jancy's grand aspiration is a beautiful harmony. She takes on the mantle of the leader, only so she can help guide the city towards a better future. Okay. Let's go see her. Let's see how good she really is. I feel underdressed to this place. Welcome to Hotel Ranch. Wichimi here. Wichimi. Oh no, I'm not underdressed. This little kid is as underdressed as me. Getting a little of Luminous was cool and all, but I want a battle Pokemon. There's even a salon for Pokemon at this hotel. Really? The Pokemon Fitness Center is top-notch. Lady Jancy and SBC brighten Luminous's future. Her dream is to make Luminous a fine city for all humans and Pokemon alike. Oui, Lady Jancy says that with power comes the responsibility to ensure that we can live the best possible lives as Pokemon. Welcome to Hotel Richimi. We proudly offer the most luxurious service in the whole city. Our chef was once Cerebe's star pupil. Staying long-term in a hotel makes for a nice minimalist lifestyle. I cannot decide. Should I aim for balance? Set on builds or should I go strong against certain types? Have you ever drawn a plan for training Indexed Ace for your team? Little Nugget. Can I not be a guest?
I found a wish star in a candy jar, twinkling bright like a neon guitar, chasing dreams with the moon as my guide. Every step, the universe open wide. Gray clouds in a bleak white sky, wishing loud as the world spins by. Every step is a dance we create. Life's a game, so let's hope for miracles. Nya nya kuboski.